has added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detective 12, we'll check that one out.
6 Rumble, 2 1 try to get shots going.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody?
evening. Good evening. Thank you for hopping in. Thank you for joining us, Anne. We got
Hello.
another interesting show coming up. A lot of stuff to get into too. A lot of stuff to get into. So thank you all for hopping in. Appreciate you very much. I want to do some contribution call outs here real quick, and then we can both kind of let you know what we're going to be getting into tonight. Pretty interesting stuff. So, contribution call out, Katrina Miller. Thank you for becoming a member again. Appreciate you very much. Ashley Reason. Thank you for becoming a member. Sandra. Thank you for becoming a member. I like the flowers. That's a really cool icon photo. Lori Lloyd. Thank you very much for becoming a member also. And again, if you're not subscribed to Anne, here's her channel. Please go subscribe if you are not already. And thank you for hanging out earlier if you all were in there earlier. I appreciate that. And thank you for your kind messages too after the show. Kind of some interesting stuff. And if you wanna let everybody know, That's a lot of screenshots, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
Were you gonna go over the 2-hour, I guess, interview?
The behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to do that. Also, there was that call. If I'm not live, I'll put out a community post. There was that call where JP, March 11th.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I thought we would check that out too. I thought since we haven't done it yet, and the 911 call has been out for what now since we talked about it, like 4 days.
Yeah, well, it officially came out Saturday. Yeah.
So
I think we covered it Monday night.
A few times,
Yeah.
And shout out to the true crime community out there for the support for me and Ann. Appreciate it very much. I figure we would, because I think there's a lot of people confused because there's two different videos, right? When it comes to the 911 call, there's the video from the day before the other 911 call video, and some people are just hearing that little snippet of the truck, that's the part that we were mainly focused on,
right?
In order to kind of explain where we were coming from when we were discussing it. But the whole call itself, I don't think is getting the attention that it should.
Yeah.
Even though, the alibi stuff is huge, but it's huge with everything else that is in that 911 call too.
Right.
And I think a lot of that stuff needs to kind of be highlighted out there in the community. And I know when we did that video, we never, there was conversation during it. It was never like a clean, and I think if we do it like a clean, just play it through once, let it be clean, and then maybe some of the other content creators that are featuring that stuff will actually like feature the whole call too, just because of everything, because especially when it comes to Allie and what she was saying, stuff that was taking place, and how like last night we read the note from the pastor regarding the whole collapse from affairs. And so when you're really thinking about the things that are being said in that 911 call, this is the stuff Allie was talking about, you guys. And I think, and this is like 10 years prior. So can you imagine, just the totality of everything that could have been taking place? So I think what that gentleman said on the 911 call and how all the neighbors know it's been an issue. It's been an issue for a long time. You look at the things that Micah was expressing to her family or through a journal. You look at the things that Allie was saying when it comes to the court documents and the papers that were filed. It's a really scary situation, and when it comes to the 911 caller, it adds even more validity to Allie's story.
Oh, so I'm sorry. You're talking about Alice and his ex-wife. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yes,
it
yes.
adds
That makes
more
sense.
it adds
Yeah,
more
validity.
validity to Alice's story, because when you read Allie's story, you're like
Absolutely.
some of it you're just like, huh?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
they were married 16 years, so I think her take should be, respected to some degree.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I think it adds more power behind her words, and
Yeah.
some of the people that were on the fence, you almost have to be like, yo, if the neighbors are saying this is a problem like it is,
Yeah.
um, and it's not AI people. I've seen some comments out there that it sounds like it's AI to me. I don't know. Is that like the new catchphrase now? It
Oh, the
sounds
gentleman? Oh
like
God, no. No.
like, what are you talking about, right? It's like, come on, people.
Oh, that accent is too strong. I'm sorry, but it's not that advanced.
Right. So I figured we'd do that. Also, when it comes to the ring, the ring that we've always talked about JP wearing a ring ever since like the second True Crime Re video on TikTok. Maybe it was the third when he was really flashing it around. And, it was either, to me, I was like, either what's your girlfriend say about that?
Yeah.
Or him and his girl got married because, he, that's how he likes to do things. So, and there's some photos that I got, and I'm going to share one of them with you, and it shows a wedding ring
Yeah.
on Susie.
Really? Well, did you see the photo? I just came across it of him, Trisha, and Susie at a restaurant last night.
Yeah, those are. I
Okay.
have a whole
Okay.
bunch of photos and a whole bunch of, and I got a video too.
Okie dokie. Okay.
But I was just going to show one of the photos. But yeah, here's like one of them. You can see he obviously seen him. Yeah, it was from the protesters. Shout out to the protesters. They, uh, you know,
Wow.
lot
Okay.
a lot of photos in a video.
And
And
I,
it was
I was
true.
okay. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, no. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure that we could also debunk a rumor that's going around TikTok
What's that?
regarding a receipt that truly
Oh,
is
that.
not a receipt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Do we
that is
have
such a
to?
joke. Well, I'm
Do we
sorry.
have? No,
Yeah.
we have to. We have. I mean, because it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? You look right at it,
Yeah.
and it says 41027. As soon as
Yeah.
you look at it, it's like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
are we that stupid?
Yep.
I'm telling
Yep.
you, the people that, hey, I got beachfront property over here in the middle of Iowa. You know, Uh, hey, let's work something out. Land contract, let's go. Right? What?
I love
Oh
it.
my lord, man. Land contracts. All right. Here, let me share these QR codes first. And then I'll show you how like I told you from a long time, either Susie, you might want to, see what's up with your man if he's wearing his wedding ring, but then I said either they got married, he ran off like he does before, like he did before. Like with Micah, took off, got married, nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
And then so I'm sure that's what it was. I'm sure the day after she passed away, I wouldn't be surprised, you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a marriage certificate out there that has him and Susie, and they got married on 4/30/24 on a Monday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
On a Monday.
Wow.
I'm just saying, watch there be watch a marriage certificate come out, and it shows that they got married right after she passed away.
How can we find out? So I don't know if that's public. I really tried to look, and you know, I mean, even the white car we were talking about last
Eventually.
night, I could not even. The owner history has been suppressed. I have no idea how a person can do that. I'm still looking though. So
Oh, I'm sure it'll come out at some point.
yeah, absolutely.
And look, they could have, they could have even went to the beach and had one of the pastors marry him, and marry him in spirit or something, so it wouldn't be like legally documented. But I don't think he's that smart.
No.
I'm just saying, I don't think he would think that far ahead.
Yeah.
So supposedly this is the story. We went through it a couple nights ago. Of, if you guys remember, the messages on a Facebook or a YouTube video where people were discussing when so and so gets their information, their documentation done. The protesters need to have their bail money ready. I guess there's word going around that supposedly one of the protesters is supposed to be arrested tomorrow. I don't know what's up with that.
Really?
Yeah, that's just the word that's going around in the street.
I wonder what for.
Well, that's what I've been wondering since I was told that.
Wow. Well, I just think it's a tactic, but a fear tactic, but we'll see what happens. I think they're trying to scare all of you off.
I don't know what anybody, unless it's a cease and desist order. And somebody's talking. Other than that, I don't really see. I don't see what anybody could get arrested for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cease and desist from your First Amendment. That really doesn't work.
Well, no. I mean, I know that there's people that have been out there. Some people that don't even go there anymore from the first protests.
Yeah.
There's some people that don't even go out there anymore because they were sent those letters, and some people that were sent those letters still go out there. So I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of that any of the protesters would get arrested, because I've documented every single, and there's been nothing that has taken place before, during, or after.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what they could be talking about. But that's just the word on the street.
Yeah.
That I'm hearing from birdies.
The new threat of the day.
Right. Yeah, there is the behind the scenes. There is the video with him from, and nobody broke anything open, you guys. TrueCrimeRi actually has a YouTube channel, so it's not anybody breaking anything open. I know there's some videos out there that are like, hey, guess what? Hey, I just found this and I put it out to you, and it's promoted as me getting this information. No, it's not that. TrueCrimeRi has a YouTube channel, y'all, and these videos were posted. If you look at the timestamps, they were posted way before the other one out there. So just look at your timestamps. Yeah, just look at your timestamps. I'm talking hours.
Oh, okay.
Not even minutes. So here, let me show you guys this first. That's a wedding ring, y'all. This was last night.
Yeah. Oh,
this was last night. Yeah. This was last night. And just because, it's because I'm a night show. We had some other things to handle earlier today. I wasn't planning on having to handle it today, this afternoon. But after recent conversations and some events, I went ahead and decided to do the re-air today. Yeah, it's called TrueCrimeRi. No, it's called TrueCrimeRi. Listen, other people may not credit the YouTube channels, but I always do. And you'll see when we go to play the video, Just like I do with any of the content creators, we always highlight their channel at the bottom of the screen. You will see it
it's
is.
a pretty young channel too.
It's True Crime Re. Yeah, I think there's still only like, I checked it too. There's only like 100 and some views on it, you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, people will manipulate it and make you think that no. You just gotta do it. When I do my prep, I come across these things. It's just I have a lot of other stuff to do, and I can't just drop things out like that.
Right.
So
Right. It wouldn't make any sense for her to be wearing the ring from Chris.
No.
Not this long after.
No.
That's a great observation. I saw the picture, and I did not even see that.
Oh, for real? As soon as I came across it, boom, wedding ring. Yep.
Wow.
So that's why she wouldn't be upset. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand, okay, when it comes to Susie, because when I look at Susie, the same thing as when I notice the wedding ring. When I look at Susie and all of these pictures, and let me see how many there is. I think there's like 15 in a video. I don't see somebody that's happy, okay? I see somebody that's stressed. I see somebody that's exhausted. I see somebody that is not comfortable, okay?
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I'm looking at even the way she has her hair done, the way she sits in some of these pictures, when you're back straight, what's the word? Where your
posture?
Yeah, your posture. From her posture, even just the way she does her hair. Because you see all these other people, and then you see her, and I want you guys to understand that she could easily be in the position that Micah was in the very beginning, okay?
My God.
So, and this is what I'm saying, you guys, when I came across these pictures and I instantly saw the ring, I instantly saw, I don't know why, but just in my soul, I was like, I hope that the same things ain't happening to her at this point in time as they were for Micah. So if, as much as people want to be upset with Susie and they want to say that, she has, listen, when it comes to these eyewitness statements about this alibi, it could easily be a thing where you better effing tell them that I stayed here all night and while I go out on these back roads from Charleston, where I'm not going to be seen, because I'm telling you, I drove this whole route, and after 501 and during some of 501, where are you going to get it? Where are you going to get surveillance other than an agency having to dig through a whole bunch of surveillance? Because when you think about the alibi, it just shows the truck on the main highway.
Right.
Are you telling me that they looked through all the security footage on the back road gas stations?
I don't think they looked at all the footage at all.
I don't think so.
Highway. Yeah.
I don't think so. That's why I think that the 911 call and what the neighbor said about that Saturday morning, that's why I think it's totally legit, because when I'm sitting here, I'm already working on the route that JP could have took and not get caught on surveillance. I'm not done. It's still going to be a couple days, because I have to really fine tune each road and all that stuff when it comes to what is the best possible way that he might know how to get from A to B, and then going back up there to come back down to get the alibi on the highway. So when it comes to Susie, she could be in the same position as Micah. So I don't want people to associate the evilness that some others in that group might exist, that she has it too, because maybe she could just be scared. Look at her right there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Susie's got one thing going for her that I think the other two may not have. And wasn't she a physical therapist? With Chris, that's how she met Chris. Because if that's the case, she's educated and she's been independent at one point, and so who knows? She may get fed up with him and be the one that turns on him and gives
Yeah,
all the
her
information
and
that
Trisha.
she's got. Yeah, somebody had said he might be blackmailing her because he's got something on her regarding Chris. If that be the case, she could get immunity if
Yeah,
she gives the
yeah.
feds what they want.
No, I think what happened with Chris is the same kind of operation that took place with Micah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I think what it was is, this is why I was saying Susie could just be innocent like Micah,
Right.
like in the same situation too, because she might have really felt like not even knowing what took place, and then he comes in to save the day.
Exactly,
You know?
Kylie. Big difference in age and experience, and absolutely more independent minded. She may be under his spell right now,
Right.
but something might break that a lot quicker with her, especially if her
Yeah.
life is being put on the line.
You know, and that's why she's just playing. That's why she's not leaving. That's why she's not ruffling any feathers, because she could be in the position. Because listen, this stuff that Micah said is out in the public, right? When it
Right.
came to the, and what Ali said, so she could be in this position where, oh my gosh, he just did this to Micah. I could be Micah tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're that, and if you're a female in that position, yeah, you want to tell him to run, but holy crap, look at what he was capable of when it came to Micah.
Hmm.
Could she really run, you guys? I don't think so.
She
Unless it
was.
involves going all the way across the other side of the country.
Look how he's looking towards that camera. That's eerie. He looks like the devil right there, doesn't he?
Yeah. He,
He's
like, what are
looking
you
straight at
looking at?
whoever's. Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you looking at? Like, he
Dang,
knows. Yeah.
he's paranoid.
Trisha was there. I think they had that. The locals reached out to me yesterday. Wait, what is today? Thursday? Yeah, they
Yeah.
reached out to me yesterday early afternoon, and they said that there was 6 cars at Solid Rock, and then I got a message from another local that told me that they were having a secret meeting. I think Hard Rock Cafe, uh, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're talking about something, and I think they're talking about the fact that the stuff that's come out the last couple days, and how the conversation keeps continuing and evolving when it
Yeah.
comes to what's been out the last couple days. Um, I mean, come on, you guys. That there's no receipts. And speaking of receipt, let me show that to you, right? Hold on one second. Yeah, let's show that and let's get that done and over with right
Yeah,
off the bat.
exactly. So if you see it on TikTok, you could just laugh
Oh my
and
lord.
just go, "This is a joke."
Yeah, you guys. And just like the wedding ring, you'll see what I'm talking about when
There's
we
12 cars at the church right now. Oh
is
boy.
there? Yeah, I'm not going there today. Not after the last couple days. I think I need to, be at a certain distance here. All right. You see this go ahead, Ann, if you want to tell everybody.
Okay, so somebody had sent this to me in a private message, and if you look at it closely, if you're able to, she said this is the receipt, that proves that he was at Olive Garden. I said, really? Well, it says April 27th on it. I said, how could he be eating dinner at Olive Garden on April 27th if at 2:22 he was on the highway on his way home? And
I know why. I know why, Ann. You know
yeah,
why?
why?
Because they ordered $650.84 worth of hot dog steak. That's what happened.
Yeah.
$650.84 worth of hot dog steak will do it, because it'll turn that April 26th into April 27th.
Right?
Yep.
That's crazy talk right there.
Don't feed your hot dog chicken or your hot dog steak chicken after midnight.
Yeah.
It'll turn into a gremlin. A
And
gremlin
what's
hot
funny
dog
is
steak.
she insisted on speaking to me on the phone. I called her, but I blocked my
For real?
number. I blocked my number. I was smart. Heavy Southern accent. And I had said to her, she was very nice in the beginning, and I had said to her, this wouldn't even hold up in court. And she started screaming. She yelled at me. She goes, "Oh, yes, it would." I said, "Really?" I says, "Well, for the prosecution, it would, but not for the defense."
Come on, man. It's like the first thing that I see 27 or the 27th, and I'm like,
Right.
I instantly asked you if that was so and so's new update. Because
Yeah.
I instantly thought of
Yeah.
them.
Well,
Because
I'm waiting on that.
I thought that they, if you want me to play your video, I would actually like to play your video when it comes to the whole alibi being proven. This
Yeah.
is what I want everybody to understand before we get into it.
Sure.
And this is why I said I'm already working on the route because if y'all see, I did stuff with Idaho and other cases. I break down the routes and I show you the route that they would have either had to take or they should have took. Okay.
Yeah.
And this route right here, it doesn't matter if there's an Olive Garden receipt at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because what I'm trying to tell you is there are back roads, just like this route I'm doing. There are back roads in the country, because I've driven the roads.
Yeah.
There's back roads in the country, and you can go in a certain way where you're not going to be caught on this and that. Now, maybe you would get caught on a gas station, but guess what? That would require those investigators to go to that gas station to get that footage.
Right.
So if they could easily be relying on the highway footage, I went up the highway and I came back down the highway. Now, I'm not telling you that I drove over here 3 cities away. Oh, you just came up this highway and down? Yep, there you go. Okay, we found his truck. Because I guarantee you, and I don't know, it might not exist anymore because of the footage, after a certain time.
Right.
But I guarantee you, if there was a true investigation into this, they would have made sure that every single location was, everything they would have checked. And I think they would have found other footage. So just because you have a restaurant receipt doesn't mean that you didn't go drive over there in the middle of the night or the early morning, because as far as anybody knows, you were supposed to be in Charleston until 2 p.m. You had a whole bunch of time to do something. A whole bunch of time.
Yeah, cell phone pings. That's what Patty's saying. Cell phone pings. Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. If they would have really done it, because we would notice. And who's the suspect that you look at the most? The husband or the wife?
Right. Well, especially an abusive husband who 2 days before she passes away, if it was just a divorce, okay, maybe he could say what he's saying, but it was a restraining order. You have to have evidence. In South Carolina, you have to have evidence and proof to get that restraining order, to get that protective order. You have to show that you were being stalked, that you were being harassed, there's got to be some sort of cause to get that. So it's already been proven, even to the courts, that he was doing this to her enough to where they gave her a protective order. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
he was suspicious before she passed away.
Yeah. And I can't wait till you get all those the calls and stuff and the incident reports when it comes to that household, because if the neighbors are talking like that, I'm
Yeah.
sure there was quite a few response calls to that location, and to sit there and act like somebody didn't have a motive.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, he had who had the most motive for Micah being gone? Like, for real.
Right.
The dude was broke before she passed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he was
Absolutely.
trying to get a divorce. He wanted a divorce, but he didn't want her to get nothing.
Right.
And he
Right.
was trying to get with the new girl that he wanted to be with her. And then she's about to turn him in. So he was probably going to end up serving major prison time.
He still is gonna.
Who's got the most motive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just take a couple shots off a plate reader as the alibi, and you got three sentences as your alibi. No, dude. All right. So when it comes to these receipts, I'm going to go ahead and share Anne's video, and this is in response to somebody claiming that the 911 call is not real.
Yeah, just not believing the old man, and maybe he doesn't have a good recollection, and just a bunch of stupid.
Oh, we'll be going into that. That's the TrueCrimeRi video. Both of them are TrueCrimeRi videos. Number
Yep.
one, the
Yep.
call where JP and a gentleman were talking about how he cheated. You know, JP confronting this gentleman. TrueCrimeRi did it. And also the behind the scenes of JP. TrueCrimeRi is also doing that. And I'm going to advise every single content creator out there, when you are playing these videos, make sure that you pause them often, and make sure that you change the speed to another speed that is not the normal speed that it is already, because who knows? Okay, you'll know what I mean if you're a creator. All right, so we'll check this out real quick. This is receipts for JP Miller's alibi. I don't care if he went to Olive Garden. It doesn't mean he didn't go there in the morning. So.
Okay, this is just a quick note, because it's very early in the morning. I haven't even had coffee yet. But this requires a response because it's important. Somebody put in my comments on TikTok that there's a big content creator out there making claims that they have receipts for JP's alibi, to prove JP's alibi. And this is what I have to say. Stop blowing smoke. You got receipts, show them. Stop telling people you've got stuff to pull them in for your subs and likes. Okay? This is not the time for people to seek glory on the backs of what happened to this girl in life and in death. Okay? And if God forbid we're tormenting this guy and he were to be truly innocent and you've got proof of that, show it. Show it or shut up. Because this is not a game. Maybe to you it is. Or maybe to you it's just a paycheck. Okay? That you could go around and brag about. But this isn't a paycheck for me. I'm doing this for actual justice and truth, and to clean the churches from the wolves who are abusing the people in the congregations, okay? For whatever reason, whatever they're involved in. So if you're going to pull some kind of crap by saying you've got receipts, and I find it funny how all of a sudden you got receipts to prove his innocence, or at least an alibi to show he was in Charleston after the 911 call came out. Why didn't you have that a week ago? Why didn't you have that 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It's a little weird how all of a sudden you've got the receipts. Okay, show them. Show them. But I got to tell everybody else, all viewers, if somebody is telling you they've got receipts and they've got this and they've got that and they never show it, all they do is talk about it, swipe and move on to the one who does have something to show. Okay? Because there are people out there who don't give a crap about what happened to Micah. They're just seeking either glory, fame, or fortune. Think about it. Everything she went through in life and the horrific way she died, and these people are seeking a way to profit. Okay? I'm not profiting from this. I don't make a dime. Nothing. Okay? And yet, God trusted me with the 911 call. Don't you find that funny? Every one of you could have went and got those records. Now I'm going to give props to the person who did open that all up to us. That was Plunder.
Yeah, shout out Plunder.
Plunder was the one. And she's got a small channel. I mean, it's not as big as some of the people seeking glory and fame and fortune. This girl got the time to do a FOIA and got full records. And in those records was where this incident report was found. The incident report was sent to me by somebody called You Can't Suicide Us All. Thank you for that, dear. I'm giving you props. And when I saw the incident report didn't have enough information, I seeked my own FOIA. I did my own work, just like Plunder did. Okay? So I'm sorry that we were smart enough to do our own work. If that bothers you, I don't know what to tell you. But this is not a time to seek glory, fame, and fortune on the back of that poor girl's life and demise. Now, I get it. You do this for a living, okay? And maybe possibly you're disconnected to all the pain and all the anguish that she and her family are going through. I don't know how that can be, but okay, I'll accept that because, you know, that's how most reporters from the mainstream are. Not all, but most. But in this situation, if you're going to keep pulling your audience in by saying, I've got receipts to prove JP was in Charleston, and with all the pain that the Francis family's gone through, and let's just say, God forbid, that this man really was innocent, you're going to sit there and say you've got this and not show it? Show it. Show it or shut up. Because that's pathetic. I got to tell you, it's really pathetic. I don't give a crap if it's your job or not. Do it properly. When did you ever see News Nation or Fox News or any of these big mainstream companies report on something and say, we've got this and we've got that, and yet never show it? Most people would stop watching them because they weren't believable. They would figure that they were just saying these things to get people to tune into the next show and the next show and the next show. Right? And as long as people are viewing, you're making some coin. That's all you care about. Well, I'm rebuking somebody like you. Because even mainstream knows better than to blow smoke up the rear ends of their viewers. So if you've got proof, receipts, as I was told, that JP Miller was in Charleston, or to protect his alibi, or to even confirm his alibi, show it or shut the hell up. Because this ain't no game. Maybe to you it is, but to the rest of us, it's not. So, for everybody else, God bless, and I'll see you soon.
That's me before coffee, everybody.
You know what, though? It's the truth, you know, because, you know, I know we've both been kind of getting some negativity or whatever.
Oh gosh.
And it's pretty much coming from certain directions or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get attacked all the time too. Yeah.
I'll just keep my mouth quiet. Anyway, you guys, if it is available, we re-aired it earlier today. The part 1, part 2 was we already aired that yesterday for members. I'll be having part 3 on Saturday, but we'll be having the part 2 re-air for everybody tomorrow. So you guys will be able to see part 2. And then we'll be having part 3, but that'll be members only. And I'm not sure when I'm going to put that one out, because most of it is part 2 that you all need to focus on. 3 is more of me breaking everything down, and then having some guests on there to kind of share their stories too. So that'll be Saturday, but it's not anything like I said. Once you see these 2, you even saw people in the re-air today, part 1 right here. You even saw people telling you all you have to do is do just a simple search of that person's name and then attach a couple words to it. Next thing you know, it opens a floodgate of stories and all sorts of stuff from people.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the 911 call here. That way it can have it in it. Let me see here. Here it is right here. That way, I'm hoping that, because like I said, a lot of people are focusing on just the blue truck, and there's so many other things. And I think Allie, when it comes to, because you got to have a lot of strength in order to write those words in a document, especially knowing what people are capable of. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had to have a tremendous amount of strength to be able to write them on a piece of paper and then give them to a legal professional for then the general public to see.
Yep.
And so I think it's important that what this guy says, it's important for Allie and her story. So maybe those, some people on the fence might go, you know what? Now I feel like you could be telling the truth. Not that I'm on the fence, because when I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's... You hear what Micah said, then you start going into the documents and you see what she said, and it's like, whoa, okay. It's some crazy stuff. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and mute the music. And
okay. I'm going to go do an edit.
Yeah, go ahead. This is like 6 minutes.
Okay, good. There's plenty of time.
And a couple minutes for me to get it set up. So I apologize. I'm working on bare minimum out here
No problem.
When I'm out here.
Yeah. So I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, we'll flip this up here. Is it gonna work? Come on. Is it even switched? Okay, how am I even going to do this? Hold on 1 second. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Give me 1 moment, guys. Sorry, my tablet's... Okay. This is going to be tricky. I don't know how I'm going to do this without my tablet. Sorry, my tablet won't connect to... how am I going to do this? Okay, let me try this. Let me see. I share entire... I'm going to echo here for a moment. Hold on. Let me turn this music off. Otherwise, I'm going to echo. Everybody's going to echo. Let me just do this and I'll play it and then I'll be back. It's the only thing I can do here. Give me one moment.
Where can I dispatch? Hello?
I'm still here. Yes, I'm still here.
This is Roy County Dispatch. Can I help you?
Sure, I was talking to a lady. She sent me you.
Okay.
What I'm calling for, we're in the neighborhood of Cascades. This is where that preacher guy, which everybody knows he's crazy out here, and his wife apparently, which we know she didn't shoot herself. But what's happening, and he's had a bunch of Filipino girls or something, I don't know if what's going on in there, but the neighbor also saw him beating one of those girls up not too long ago. He can be, tell them the police about it. The mail lady just went down there and she said there's always different young Oriental girls in that house, and then they're now. I guess I don't know what he's going. I know they're doing an investigation into her death, because she had just filed for divorce and all, and we all know her from running and everything, and she ended up dead. But I think somebody might want to go by that house and see what's going on, because it don't look good for this neighborhood. And her mom's out here, there's older people out here in this neighborhood. Something's going on. Yes, ma'am, that's the address. And the mail lady said she went by there, and there's still young Filipino girls. All that sex trafficking and all going on. Mm-hmm. I heard he was involved in that, but I'm not saying it because there's a lot he was into.
Okay.
And with little girls and all, and that's why it's going to all come out in the long run. But they're over there now. The girls are. There's nobody else. That's not their house. It belongs to her. And she had filed for divorce. So y'all might want to check it, because there's something going on. They got like sheets all over the windows, and don't look right in this neighborhood.
They have what all over the windows?
And like I said,
sheets.
It looked like they got sheets put over it now since all this. And we did see him fly near them, fly out of there, because he almost hit us in his blue truck, and he took off. That was on Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. And apparently he sneaks in there and leaves. But those Orientals in there, and like I said, I think that was her house. But you heard about it. Everything going on with the, what's the name? Rock Church, Solid Rock Church.
Okay.
And it's the Miller, J.P. Miller. And like you say, she filed for divorce. 2 days later, she's dead. So there's something going on in there. It's been going on a while. Like I said, the neighbor saw one of them, the boy, because he's real crazy, beating the girl on the back. But I don't know why he didn't call the police, but he didn't know either. A lot of people don't like getting involved. I don't think he's involved in sex trafficking, which I think he is, but y'all can find out, because they got no business in that house.
Okay. And what is your name?
Live down the road, believe me. Yeah, the neighbor knows. Everybody's scared of this guy now because what's going on. They should be.
Right. And what's your... Do you know about how many Oriental girls are there?
No, I have no idea, but the post lady did it always, and she saw them in a while ago, because they came to the door and got some packages she delivered. She knows there's always something, and the other young man that used to be there said there's always something shady going in there with that boy and everything, which it is. They're young. She thinks they're Filipino. Yeah, JP, he was the one, his wife was just found dead. It was just said that she committed suicide, but all the people got Facebook. They know he killed. You know how that goes.
Right.
He beat it all the time. He really did. He's a crazy guy. And he's been involved in young kids and young girls. And, of course, the church now is just saying that. Somebody should come up and say that a lot longer and she'd be alive today. I'm sure y'all all read about it. It just happened, I think, Saturday. But there's always been something weird, and everybody had to tell you something weird going on in that house.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice neighborhood. Yeah, I don't really want to get involved, but I'm a, you know what I mean?
Right. Do you know if there's any
Something
weapons
needs to be done. I don't know if there's any weapons in there. I know they said the girl shot herself. I don't know if that happened there. Somebody told me that the mail, they thought she did it in Charleston, which don't make sense, but nobody knows.
Okay.
I don't know what's in that house.
And is there anyone in danger right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on inside that house or not.
Right.
There's a black car out there. I know they got the windows and all. They'll see when they see the house.
Okay.
Yeah, he slipped in and he ran out of there. So I don't know if he was. I know he had a restraining order on him, and I don't even think he was supposed to be around that house. But I don't. Like I said, she ended up dead. You know how that goes.
Right.
It's weird. It's very, and everybody knows. Everybody in that church knows. Everybody knows it, and it's under investigation. So.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you go. An officer's going to be dispatched as soon as possible. Just call us back if you get new information or need further assistance.
All right. We appreciate it. We didn't want to get involved, but there's something needs to be done. So there's something going on, and you know it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So when you're hearing what
Still
Allie's saying, when
I'm
you're
here.
hearing what Allie's saying, listen to that call. I encourage any of the content creators out there, if you're going to cover this call, please cover the Micah's list with it. Please cover the documents that Allie of stuff that she was claiming, and I'll probably put something together here in a day or two if nobody else is going to, because I think it's very important. And we all know what they say, you know, here in our community. We've gone through all of it, and it kind of lines up with everything. The same type of acts, the same type of activity. The neighbors, it's been a problem that's been going on for a long time now. Everybody's scared. Everybody's afraid to talk.
Yeah.
It's not good. Contribution call out here. One moment. And I want to say thank you, GoPeach83, for becoming a member. CBC, hubby wife protections are not solid. She needs a deal. Look at Wendy Adelson forced to testify. Well, and this is one of the craziest things when it comes to, as I've been here in South Carolina, and I've gotten to understand the laws, or I should say lack of laws, for not only females, but also anybody that's in a domestic violence situation. There's not even a shelter around here.
Wow.
That's why I was saying, when I went to Solid Rock, where the mega church was supposed to be built. I went to Solid Rock, where the mega church was at, the land, and I sat there and I looked around and I was like, holy crap. And in my mind, and I'm just trying to speak it. I don't have the funds to do it. I don't have the availability to do it, but I hope that anybody out there that does, if they could take that land and build a humongous domestic violence shelter. And not only because I feel like they were going to use that property to build some kind of almost like a compound in a way. And you know what? It's so hard for these domestic violence victims to get away, you know what? Build on that huge property. Build an enclosed shelter that has a theater, that has a spa, that has stores, that has all these different things where they can go feel normal and not have to feel like somebody's going to stalk them or attack them because they're just trying to live or have some kind of normalcy during the transition of trying to leave a domestic situation. So I hope somebody out there that does have the availability to do that can do that.
Yeah.
Can do that. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Did you want to go through any of those things that you sent me, or do you want to go through the behind the? Well, we should go through the JP confrontation of a cheater first, since it's only a few minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about that. I mean,
Yeah.
is anybody able to verify that that's really his voice?
It sounded like him, but I didn't get to listen to it. I usually don't get to see stuff until I see it with you guys. So your guys' guess is more informed than mine would be at this moment.
I mean, I could see JP making this up.
Well, I mean, it could, because when you listen to it, I didn't get to listen to the whole thing. I just heard a small section of it. To me, it sounded very odd. Not JP, but the guy that was on the other line. It sounded very,
and the reason why
odd.
I say that is because it would help him build a narrative that she was cheating.
Right. Because that's what he was looking for. I had actually heard, I don't know about you, and I had actually heard maybe about a month ago, maybe a little bit before that, I was starting to hear rumblings out here that that guy that was out there at the beach with her, JP sent him.
Sent him?
Yes. That's what I was hearing out here about maybe a little over a month ago. Obviously, you can't prove it, so I really didn't. I brought it up a couple times, but it's not something that I could, you can really prove at this point, unless you actually talk to the man himself, and then again, you have to take him at his word because he could be lying too. But that's just what I heard out here. Was that he was also a plant to allow JP to be able to pursue that. Because when it comes to South Carolina, when you try and get divorced, you have to be separated for at least a year before it can be finalized, unless there's infidelity, financial crime. I mean, you think all the stuff he was accused of abuse, you think that abuse with those things, with everything that he was trying to pin on Micah, there's 4 things that he needed, and he was trying to get every single one of those pinned on Micah: cheating, financial crimes, accusing her of abuse, stalking, harassment. He can you imagine a pastor?
Right.
Can you imagine a pastor going after his wife for spousal support?
Yeah, that would be the same guy to send somebody from Dominion TV to lie to a bunch of protesters that they're a journalist.
Yeah.
From some made up. So I absolutely. Spraying people in the face with water and then saying it was hot out and don't you take a shower? Absolutely. This is the same guy. He's a wolf, and it actually is biblical. We've been, warned that this is what they do, is how they operate. We've seen how he is on the altar. He is not a pastor, and he's not a man of God. So, no, I'm not surprised at all. I see him. I don't even want to feed the chat's minds with anything. I don't want to make them suspicious. I'm really kind of curious if they listen to it, if they pick up on what I heard, because who knows? I might just be so suspicious of everything that comes out that, you know, I don't believe anything. So I'd really rather them hear it, because to me, it sounds staged. It sounds like an
It
act.
does.
Yeah,
It does. It
it
does.
does. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised because, you know, we'll listen to it here in a minute, and it
Okay.
does. It sounds very, very odd to me. To me, I was like, we'll just listen to it when we get into it tonight. JJ Dynamite, thank you for becoming a member. Bo Rivers with the $10 super sticker. Let me see if YouTube will let me see it. There it is. It's the prickly pear, all giggly and laughing. I appreciate that very much. Kib Kitty, member for 13 months. Thank you for all you do. And Paula Powers, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate it. If you got to see episode of the sheep and the wolf, and you can already see episode 2. We did that yesterday, members live, and you'll be able to join us on Saturday with our special guests that we're going to have for that show. Oh, 1 second, real quick. Contribution call out as well. Lori Hendricks, thank you for becoming a member as well. And there's a lot of other members only videos that are up there for you too. You'll see Nightbot drop the playlist link for members. And then you can just click on that. It has the whole playlist to everything that's members only. And there's on-location footage of different cases that we've covered and all sorts of extra stuff for you. All right, so we will get into this True Crime couple videos here. One is JP behind the scenes. The other one is JP confronting DJ about his affair with Micah.
And I'm going to do a quick edit while you have that playing.
Yeah, no problem.
Okie dokie.
Let me see here. I'm trying to... Is this going to update it? What? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having connection issues here. If it's going to work here. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, finally. All right, here we go. My Lord. All right, so we're going to be checking out True Crime Re, if it lets me do it here. All right, I'll let it play through one time, and then we'll kind of go through it after this here.
Brian called me out of the room because before I called you.
And I'm going to switch it to 1.25 as well. We'll turn the subtitles on.
Hey, sorry, Mom. Brian called me out of the room because before I called you, I went in there and buried her.
Yeah, where did you touch her?
I mean, just like nowhere below reproach. I mean, that's a promise.
Well, the person that saw and got the picture said that you touched her chest.
I'm sorry.
I didn't. I mean, like we kissed, so maybe like her face, neck, but I promise you that nothing below the neck, chest.
And she touched you where?
Just the same place, like my face and like my chest.
My guy said there was more than that.
My guy said there was more
than what you're telling me.
Well, I'm telling you, if you have the videos and the pictures, you can fact check it.
I mean, he'll have them to me by morning time. But he told me there was more than that.
Well, that is exactly what happened. There was nothing more than kissing. Nothing more. I promise you that. And then you'll see that.
He said that both of y'all touched each other inappropriately.
No. Other than normal kissing, but.
And how long was the kissing?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
Give me a guess.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly couldn't give you a time frame on it.
30 minutes?
No, not anything like that.
And you know this is adultery, right? This is straight up adultery.
I do, and I'm repenting to you.
Because we're not legally separated. Even if we were legally separated, it's still adultery.
And I am incredibly sorry. And I honestly do not expect a.
Yeah. Why do you think she called you? Like, do you not see that you talk about this discernment? You literally have zero discernment. But do you not see that a married woman called you and asked to meet you at the beach?
I do. That was incredibly.
I thought you had discernment. You said you had discernment better than a 70-year-old man.
I was saying better than some 70-year-old men. And I'm not on the phone to argue with you. I'm repenting to you. I honestly don't know what else to tell you other than to ask for your forgiveness. And honestly, I don't even expect that from you.
No, I forgive you. No, I forgive you.
And, I am sick to my stomach just from all of it, the whole thing.
You know, Micah did the same exact thing to me 10 years ago. Exact same thing. We met at the same place.
Really? Yeah, and it was just incredibly stupid on my part. And I take all the responsibility.
Is she saying she wants to date you or marry you or anything like that?
No, I mean, it's just really basic conversation. And honestly, she didn't even really mention you or anything. It was all just like normal conversation. She talked about like the Valorous Church and how she was going there and liked it.
And you kissed her or she kissed you?
It was really like a mutual thing.
Y'all were holding hands?
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't answer that earlier when I said how y'all were touching. You never said y'all were holding hands.
You're right, but yeah, you asked. Yeah, you're right.
Y'all held hands for a long time.
I went definitely not the whole time, but I mean, an extensive period, definitely longer than we kissed. Again, I'm just.
My guy said that she grabbed your crotch.
Grabbed my crotch?
Yeah.
No.
Did she put her hands on your junk?
No.
You swear to God that didn't happen?
I swear. Her hand was on my leg at one point, but I swear. I really just have.
Okay, I'm gonna check the videos and stuff, and if it's anything different than what you said, is there anything else you want to tell me before I look at it?
I mean, that's pretty much all it was. I mean, we were like laying down talking at one point, and so some of the kissing was laying down. So
you on top of her, or she on top of you?
And then like side by side.
You know, I just made love to her 4 weeks ago, and she told me I was the best husband in the world. And you know everything I've been through with her, and just like that, you're going to take that from me? Like, just like that, you're going to ruin. She's never slept with anyone other than her first husband. I'm the only person she's ever kissed up until now. So if she comes back in 3 months or 6 months, what's that going to feel like?
What do you mean? She was married before you.
I warned you. You know I warned you.
You did. You're right. You did.
And you got mad at me when I warned you. You got all defensive. And your mom got upset. Really mean text. I'm trying to save your butt from the same thing that I fell for. Don't come on the property. Don't have anything to do with anything at Solid Rock until I look at the videos and see if you're telling me the exact truth.
That sounds good. And that's all right there. And that's what happened. And so besides cuddling, laying next to each other, holding hands, and kissing, that is what happened.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And yeah. 1 second. And honestly, I feel absolutely horrible. And completely understand based on these circumstances, and everything else. If you do not want me there, even after you watch videos and find out the truth, like I completely understand it. I don't even know if I could be there.
Okay. Well, we'll agree on that then. I really appreciate you for everything you've done. I really did love you, and I really did believe you were going to take over the church for me one day as I started traveling and got older. But I'm so sorry it didn't work out that way. And I'm just telling you, this is if Micah would do this with her first husband, she'll do it with me. Don't you think she'll do the same thing to you?
That's how you guys got together, dude.
No, I'm sorry.
Like the fact, like
I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. This is real live talk. I had to pause it. If you guys start your relationship with infidelity, that's how it usually ends. This is the fact that he's sitting there just getting on this guy, and he's the one that in 2015 had to have a note from the pastor because everybody left him. I thought, glass house, throwing rocks and stones, like you got windows too, man.
I'm telling you, I think it's staged. I think it was all, let's tape this. We don't know if that's his voice. I've never met him. I don't know if anybody here has.
I haven't.
So
But it'd go along with everything I was hearing a month ago.
What do you mean?
That he was a plant for JP to be able to accuse her of cheating.
Right. And then now putting this on tape and, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Let me ask you something. And CJ, you can absolutely answer this. At 21 years old, some guy calls you up and you are with some girl that you knew that the husband was abusing her. You knew that she was leaving him. All you did was kiss her, and he calls you and starts questioning you. You're going to sit there and go, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're going to tell him where he can go and how he can get there.
Yeah. Hey, it's not my fault you didn't treat her the way you should.
I got 2 sons. I know exactly how to do it.
It's not my fault you didn't treat her the way she should be treated.
Yeah, absolutely.
On you, bro.
Yeah. And
if you treated her right.
His mother works for the sheriff's department. You think that he's going to sit there and, oh my God, help me, Jesus.
No, because I'm sure, listen, I don't know, maybe he was quiet when he did what he did on March 11th that night, at the beach where Tyre was flat.
Yeah.
Maybe he just did it, and snuck out of there.
Kylie,
but I don't know.
He is a kid. He's, 20, 21. Oh, yeah. Again, I have 2 sons. And if you were raised right, his mother works for the sheriff's department. So obviously he was raised in a good household. And when you've been raised with a strong woman, obviously she's one. And,
I was a young man too.
Yeah. When you know that a girl is being hurt by somebody and the guy who's hurting her confronts you like that, they would have went up one side him and down the other.
Listen, I was a young man at one time too. And I'm telling you, I'd do the same thing. And I did do the same thing. I had people coming just because their girlfriend would come talk to me. Dudes would be coming up like I was pursuing their female or something. It's like, bro, she came up to me and talked to me. You need to go check your woman. What the hell are you doing over here talking into me? Let's be real. No, and if I know somebody's not being treated right, and they're through the process of being done and all that other stuff. I mean, come on, it's not like they went out for drinks and they were on the beach and they were talking and it was probably some kind of innocent thing,
Yeah, I mean, come on, why does he have to bring up that they made love allegedly 4 weeks before all they did was kiss?
I don't know. I definitely think it was staged. I never. It's crazy that you felt like that, because with what I was hearing before, I just I don't even know who it is. I have an idea who it is, but I'm not for sure.
Right. I remember his mom works for the sheriff's department. I think she's a crime investigator. And if she's been there for a while, they're all buddies with her. They're like a family cops. They stick up for each other. So he knows instinctively that mom's got some cop brothers over there that are going to defend him before defending JP Miller. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
exactly, unapologetically.
Absolutely.
Like, dude, you need, because I mean, even friends of mine that are going through certain situations, you know, like I, s- I don't even need to be somebody that's dating somebody or whatever. If I know something like that is going down, like I said, ever since I was a kid, I was the dude that said, you know what, I'll go ahead and tell somebody how they need to treat a human. I'll go ahead and make that person feel uncomfortable so they know how to treat a human being.
Right.
So maybe that kid, you know, maybe that's the way that, that he was taught to do whatever. I don't know. He called to repent.
Yeah.
But if a dude called me and started, getting mad at me because I was, well, check yourself before you check other people, because you got to look at yourself in the mirror first.
Right. Right.
I think it is staged.
Yeah.
Because I think, honestly, you guys know how hell when he gets so angry outside at the protest, when like if the officers he's wanting the officers to make us do this and they're not making us do it, you can see as he like clenches his fist and he just tightens it up. He just clenches his fist. When you're talking about this right here, with somebody that has that kind of control issues when it comes to their anger, this call right here doesn't display that individual.
Yeah.
This right here displays an individual that is very calm and collected.
Yeah.
Because the only really things you hear him do is drill and have a couple deep breaths. If this was real, I feel like JP would have been flying off the frickin' handle, screaming, yelling, threatening, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be a different phone call.
Absolutely.
I think it was staged.
Yeah.
I don't think it's AI.
Young guys, let me tell you something. That's, I think, when they take the highest risk when they're young. They because they got all that testosterone going on. And my son just told me a story, my youngest one, about when we lived in Fort Lauderdale, and he saw some guy beating up his girlfriend on the Hollywood Beach area. They were on the beach, and he told me he went and beat the crap out of the guy. It's just instinctive that young men like that, they have nothing to lose. They're not married, they don't have a house, they don't have a career yet. So I don't see this kid, again, being the son of somebody who works with the sheriff's department, being so submissive as he was on this phone call. I just don't see it. I'm not buying it.
Well, I mean, maybe, well, like JP said, I was going to let you take over the church one day. Maybe that was part of it. Hey, listen, kid. Hey, listen, kid, go out there. I just need you to go out there and meet her for one night. Go meet her at the beach. That's where we used to go to. I just need to get a couple photos of you guys together. Do me a favor. Kiss her on the cheek. That way I can get a couple good shots of their a kiss and some touching. And then I can blow it out of proportion when I get to the corpse. I just need photos of some kind of interaction. And it could have been one of those things where he's like, look, man, I will make sure you take over Solid Rock if you do this for me. No. Because
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I've heard of other people that were supposed to, like where JP, I've heard other church members, ex-church members tell me stories where JP there would be some young, flashy dude coming in, and JP instantly attaches to him, and he builds him up and builds him up and builds him up like he's doing this, and he has him, lead worship, and he has him do all these different things to elevate, his investment into the church. And then once they start to get, like they come up with a program, and everybody is like applauding it and is appraising it. And, oh my gosh, you did such a great job, Billy. All of a sudden, he gets rid of Billy. Like it's like this. It's this confidence complex where you know, you want to build somebody up because you look like you're, you know, like helping, you know, helping other people be successful. And then when you see these other people be successful, then he gets jealous and wants to ruin their success. It's a
Right.
jealousy.
Right.
And
Right.
so when it comes to that, if I did hear that there was a youngster, and it's probably him, that was supposed to take over one day, and it was probably promised to him.
Well, I just wanted to say something about that. So this was March 11th, allegedly, that this happened. And if you go and look, and I actually did a video on it, March 17th was when JP went on the altar and gave this story about his pastor friend whose wife had left him or fooled around with somebody that was working for him. And he said, pray for the guy, you know, because he's very angry. It's destroying him. He gives this whole spiel about that. Well, he's actually talking about himself. So that's what makes me think that it's all staged, as you said. It was a plan to take her down to have some sort of evidence against her. You know?
Yeah, because he needed it, because she wasn't doing any of that stuff. And Susan, not by Site Network, we already discussed that.
What about
already?
it? Yeah, he's already
about the Honda being at the hotel.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we already discussed that.
Yeah.
Thank you though. I've never heard of that. But cool.
Yeah.
It was staged. This is not what JP said in one of his sermons. He said that JD told him that he works for God, not JP. JP was angry and said, "Who signs your checks?"
No, he did say it. He did. He talked about the whole thing on March 17th. I mean, I can get the video and just have and play it out since we did.
Yeah, if you you can drop the link in the private chat and I can click on it.
Yeah, let me find it real quick.
Yeah. So here's the link to TrueCrimeRi's video. She dropped it. Let me see. It just says today. 16 hours ago. So it wasn't breaking news just a few hours ago. I'm surprised because these videos, this video only has 600 views, and the other one only has I think like 200.
Let's see.
It's not updating. Hold on.
I think it's this projection. Let me just make sure.
Well, I'll tell you guys when it loads.
Okay.
Watch the sermon. He also spoke about a pastor friend that he thought his wife was cheating, and if he could be proven that no alimony. Yeah, he was trying to get spousal support because he's broke. He was broke before she passed away.
Projection, that's what it's called.
He was broke before she passed away. It's probably why he was trying to get spousal support. And it's like, where did the money go? Because you know that she was having money issues too.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I heard today. I didn't know that she was, but I did hear that today.
Yeah, she was having money issues too at the end. And so I think what took place is everything was kind of coming to a head. You can only pull from so many sources to cover other source areas, and eventually you're not going to have anything to pull from. And however long you were playing that game, eventually it just runs out. That's why you never even play it in the first place, because then you don't have to worry about that.
I'm still looking. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I can here, let me see, did it load? Yeah, 254 is the other one. Not very many views. I'm surprised. Probably because they're checking out somebody else's channel, but 23 subscribers for True Crime Re. What I'll do is I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe they think everybody else is coming out with this information and it's not True Crime Re, but it's True Crime Re.
Let me see. The church has been infiltrated.
Geneva Re. Geneva Re. Thank you so much for your message earlier, Kylie. I appreciate the time that you took to not only write the message that you wrote about your story, but thanks for the voice message too, when it came to some of your story and why you think of why certain things happen the way that they did. I appreciate you taking the time. It had to take a lot of time for you to send that, so I do appreciate that. All right, let me play this one more time.
Sure.
And then you guys listen again. I don't know. I think it's stage 2.
Hey, sorry, Mom Brian called me out of the room because before I called you, I went in there and bear.
Where did you touch her?
I mean, just like nowhere below reproach. I mean, that's a promise.
Well, the person that saw and did all kind of
Thank you,
touched her
Princess.
chest.
I didn't. I mean, like we kissed, so maybe like her face, neck, but I promise you that nothing below the neck, chest.
And she touched you where?
Just the same place, like my face and like my chest.
My guy said there was more than that.
More than what?
More than what you're telling me.
Well, I'm telling you, if you have the videos and the pictures, you can fact check it.
I mean, he'll have them to me by morning time. But he told me there was more than that.
Well, that is exactly what happened. There was nothing more than kissing. Nothing more. I promise you that. And then you'll see that.
He said that both of y'all touched each other inappropriately.
No. Other than normal kissing, but.
And how long was the kissing?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
You give me a guess.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly couldn't give you a time frame on it.
30 minutes?
No, not anything like that.
And you know this is adultery, right? This is straight up adultery.
I do, and I'm repenting to you.
Because we're not legally separated. Even if we were legally separated, it's still adultery.
And I am incredibly sorry. And I honestly do not expect a.
Yeah, why do you think she called you? Like, do you not see that you talk about discernment? You literally have zero discernment. But do you not see that a married woman called you and asked to meet you at the beach?
I do. That was incredibly.
I thought you had discernment. You said you had discernment better than a 70-year-old man.
I was saying better than some 70-year-old men. And, I'm not on the phone to argue with you. I'm repenting to you. I honestly don't know what else to tell you other than to ask for your forgiveness. And honestly, I don't even expect that from you.
No, I forgive you. No, I forgive you.
And, I am sick to my stomach just from all of it, the whole thing.
You know, Micah did the same exact thing to me 10 years ago. Exact same thing. We met at the same place.
Really? Yeah, and it was just incredibly stupid on my part. And I take all the responsibility.
Is she saying she wants to date you or marry you or anything like that?
No, I mean, it was just really basic conversation. And honestly, she didn't even really mention you or anything. It was all just like normal conversations. She talked about like the Valorous Church and how she was going there and liked it.
And you kissed her or she kissed you?
It was really like a mutual thing.
Y'all were holding hands?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you didn't answer that earlier when I said how y'all were touching. You never said y'all were holding hands.
You're right, but yeah, you asked. Yeah, you're right.
Y'all held hands for a long time.
I went definitely not the whole time, but I mean, and if you extends a period, definitely longer than we kissed. Again, I just
My guy said that she grabbed your crotch.
That right there was even fake.
grabbed my crotch.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Did she put her hands on?
That guy's little sigh. That right there.
My guy said that she.
And this guy, he would be screaming if this was true. Especially if she, quote, cheated.
Grabbed your crotch.
Grabbed my crotch.
Yeah.
No.
Did she put her hands on your junk?
No.
You swear to God that didn't happen?
I swear. Her hand was on my leg at one point, but I swear. I really just have.
Okay, I'm gonna check the the videos and stuff, and if it's anything different than what you said, is there anything else you want to tell me before I look at it?
I mean, that's pretty much all it was. I mean, we were like laying down talking at one point, and so some of the kissing was laying down. So
you on top of her, or she on top of you?
And then like side by side.
You know, I just made love to her 4 weeks ago, and she told me I was the best husband in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you know everything I've been through with her, and just like that, you're going to take that from me? Like, just like that, you're going to ruin... She's never slept with anyone other than her first husband. I'm the only person she's ever kissed up until now. So if she comes back in 3 months or 6 months, what's that going to feel like?
I'm so sorry.
Or a year? And I warned you. You know I warned you.
You did. You're right, you did.
And you got mad at me when I warned you. You got all defensive. And your mom got upset and sent me a really, really mean text. Because I'm trying to save your butt from the same thing that I fell for. Don't go on the property. Don't have anything to do with anything at Solid Rock until I look at the videos and see if you're telling me the exact
No, I
truth.
warned you.
That sounds good. And, you know, that's all right there. And that's what happened. And so besides cuddling, laying next to each other, holding hands, and kissing, that is what happened.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And
Yeah.
1 second. And honestly, I feel absolutely horrible. And completely understand based on these circumstances, and everything else. If you do not want me there, even after you watch videos and find out I'm telling the truth, like I completely understand it. I don't even know if I could be there.
Okay. Well, we'll agree on that then. I really appreciate you for everything you've done. I really did love you, and I really did believe you were going to take over the church for me one day as I started traveling and got older. But I'm so sorry.
You don't like to travel.
And
you don't like to
I'm just telling
travel.
you, this is if Micah would do this with her first husband, she'll do it with me. Don't you think she'll do the same thing to you?
I know. It was so incredibly stupid. And it was, I'm sorry.
Like the fact, I feel like God would want you to text her and say, "You just committed adultery," and taught me to do it as well. And I'm losing my job and everything because of it.
Yeah. So
that's.
And however.
What did she say whenever you told her I kept calling?
What did she say?
Well, yeah, whenever I kept calling you, and I'm sure you called her immediately. What did she say?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. She said, don't answer. Blah blah blah. But I mean, I knew I'd have to talk to you at some point in time. So.
That's all she said was don't answer.
Pretty much. And then.
Did anything happen in Africa?
No, I promise you on everything. Hand on the Bible.
Has anything happened here up until tonight?
No. Hand on the Bible. I will stand in front of you.
Well, let her know she did it to another man. Same thing she did it to other men.
Oh my gosh. You did it to her,
I appreciate
bro.
you, man. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll see you around. Wait, hold on. I just got off okay, say it again. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, and I love you too. And however you want to handle it. I mean,
I
don't even think that this is something that I could, whatever. But I mean, however, if you want me to write up a resignation and do it that way,
that's okay. No worries. I'll take care of it. And I want you to remember this 10 years from now when you're with her, and she does the same thing to you again. Just remember, I warned you. This is who she is.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
She'll talk you into it. Believe me.
Oh, please.
Okay, man.
Oh my gosh. Did he sit there and talk down to Micah the whole time, blaming her?
Yes.
for them getting together while they were married. You know, if you wouldn't have came after me and tricked me like a Jezebel,
Yeah. That's why I
made her
think
feel
it's still,
bad.
yeah.
This calls a bunch of BS. I don't know. We're just assuming it was March 11th. We're not the content creator saying it was. This one is right here. PI photo of DJ before JP Miller calls DJ to confront him about the affair he had with Micah March 11th, 2024. That's what it says in the description. I don't know. I don't think this call took place March 11th, honestly.
No, I just think that's when he started building the narrative.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it took place after. Like it was here. Let's sit down. Let's go ahead and let's get this recorded right. You know, and then it was, let's make sure we cover these things. And then it was a lot of on the fly, like, oh, hey, hold on a second. Hey, listen.
Let me see. Maybe it's on TikTok.
Make sure you hit these key points on the conversation so those key points or key words prove whatever in court. You know, you got to have this and this and this and this and this in the conversation to make sure it's legit. All right, let's make sure we hit all these topics. You know, you'll on the fly with me, I'll on the fly with you. As long as we stick to these three, these things, then we're good. All right. That's what it's being said. But Jill, I don't see no timestamp on that call.
Right.
I just see somebody's description in a video. How could it? I could say in this description that the sun is blue when you wake up tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's true, does it?
I'm having some hard time finding it. I don't know why.
It's okay.
Okay.
And that was at. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was just saying. I know I did it. I just don't know which one it is. It was. I was bringing up where he talked about it on the altar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's right after this alleged thing happened.
Now let me type something in the back chat here.
Okay.
There's something that somebody just told me.
Oh man. You want to help me look?
All right, I just put it in the back chat for you. I want to say contribution call out real quick. Yeah, right. I want to say contribution call out real quick. Jamie Gregory, thank you for becoming a member. And Synergy Life, Michelle, thank you for becoming a member. Also, I love that icon photo. Check out the episode 1 that was the sub re-air, and then check out episode 2 before it gets aired tomorrow, and then you'll be able to hang with us on Saturday when we have our episode 3 with our special guests. Thank you so much for your support. Ain't that disgusting?
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, Ruck? How you doing? Thank you for hopping in. Thank you for 164, March 17th. I think Sarah posted it about Facebook. What's March 17th? I don't know what that means. Wasn't that pic of Micah supposedly following him taken on 311-2 or somewhere around that time, and supposedly driving a blue car too? That was when he was at the gas station. Is that what you're asking, Humi? When he was at the gas station claiming that Micah was recording him, when in all reality she probably got tired of him yanked over on the part where you park, and then he was like, "Whoa, I'm following her. I need an excuse. Hey, I need gas." And then he's recording her after she's already recording him. I don't see Micah being the type to just go record. She wanted to get
Oh,
away
no.
from. She didn't want to be next to him. She wanted to get away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to find this.
Okay.
I don't know
Oh.
what another time, yeah.
We can get to this. I wanted to watch this too. Exclusive, full audio and behind the scenes News Nation. This is crazy. This is 2 hours, you guys. So it is going to be a little bit of a haul. This is supposedly behind the scenes as well. Now I do have it sped up to 1.25. Here's the link to this video if you want to hear it at the normal speed. There's the link for that, just for time purposes and for respect for the creator. We'll be playing it slightly different, but we will have the closed captioning on for you as well. Now, he's already looking like he did the spaz out.
What do you mean?
You can see his face. He already looks like he already in the beginning of the News Nation interview when he spazzed out and he started falling and all that.
He looks like he's ready to cry.
It looks like he just got done doing that. The way that I'm seeing his face. Let me see here. Let me play it for a second. I think it's after he was doing it. Oh, it's just going to show photos.
Yep.
Okay. It's just the audio recording. So this is full audio and behind the scenes News Nation interview. JP Rich aired on July 19th, 2024. And this is crazy. Just 260 views. This is nuts. All right, here we go.
Are you going to see his phone, or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
over there.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's up to you. I don't. Shoot, this is the wrong side, guys. You know what I mean? I want to put it on.
Is that TrueCrimeRi? Hold on a minute. Is TrueCrimeRi there?
Oh, I thought that was the what's the name of the guy from News Nation?
No.
No.
The girl talking. Listen, the girl talking.
Are you going to see his phone, or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
over there.
Yeah.
That girl.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't think so.
Are you going to see his phone, or is his phone good? And the guy that's talking is the guy that's going to interview him.
Yeah.
Who's the girl talking to him? Is that TrueCrimeRi?
I don't know.
Hold on, I got to hear that voice because
You know the
I
voice?
sat there. Well, I know Destiny's voice because I talked to Destiny for a couple minutes in the beginning of the protest because when she came up to me, she was like, CJ, right? And I was like, yeah, I watch your show. I think it's great what you guys are doing out here. I was like, thanks for coming out here and talking to some of the protesters. This is right when they started walking up. I think she took some video, the guy took video, and then she was kind of like chit-chatting for a second, and then she kind of made her way over to me. I was talking to her for a minute, and so I'll remember her voice. Now, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if True Crime Destiny was there. Dominion TV was there to make sure that the production of JP was successful. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I could see that.
I would have to compare TrueCrimeRi's voice to this. I don't know.
Are you going to see his phone or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
Over
the
there?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
It's up to you.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you think it is?
Let me listen to it again. And let me, you know what? Let me put it at normal speed too.
Oh, I think I found it. I found it.
Are you going to see his phone or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
Over
the
there?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
It's up to you. I don't. Shoot, this is the wrong side, guys. You know what I mean? I want to put it on.
I found it, CJ.
Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us, JP.
Appreciate Rich reaching out many times.
Midwest accent.
I feel like we've been talking since literally since right after it happened.
Okay, hold on. Because that sound like two different females. Let me go back again.
That's weird. Are you going to see his phone or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
Over there?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't
She's
think so.
nasally. She's a little nasally.
It's up to you. I don't. Shoot, this is the wrong side, guys. You know what I mean? I want to put it on.
Does Susie have an accent?
Well, we
Where's
appreciate you
Susie
sitting
from?
down with us.
Appreciate.
Oh, go ahead. What?
I'm sorry, where is Susie from? Is she Southern?
I don't know. I haven't heard Susie talk.
Okay, some of the people in the chat are saying.
Let me see here. Let me see if this. I think this lady might be different.
You know what I mean? I want to put it on.
Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us, JP.
Appreciate
Those are two different ladies. Well, we appreciate you because she's not nasally. This girl's
Yeah.
nasally.
That's weird. Are you going to see his phone or is his phone good? Because he's just going to record
Over there?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Underneath him.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
It's up to you. I don't. Shoot, this is the wrong side, guys. You know what I mean? I want to put it on.
Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us, JP.
Appreciate Rich reaching out many times.
This is true
We've
crime.
been talking
Don't you
since
see?
literally since right after it happened. Oh, shoot.
I pray for some of y'all.
So, hold on, guys.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like that Destiny.
Did you drink yourself a water that you wanted to cover? No, you didn't.
Not bad.
Here, I'm just gonna not talk here.
So, hold on, guys. Do I just
Did you drink yourself a water that you wanted to cover? No, you didn't.
not bad?
I mean, it probably is Susie, y'all.
There's the water up. Is that yours?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
You sure? Okay.
Really quick, think here.
Me?
Put your hands like kind of in a shot.
Oh, clap. Sausage. So what? This isn't a question for the interview, but like, is this? Are you? I know that you had stepped down from here temporarily. Are you back? Are you
Not back. I was, let's say, released.
okay? And that's still current.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not still coming to church here and I'm part of it.
Okay.
but I was released in order to get help.
Gotcha. Can you show me the shot? I just want to see how far down it goes. Okay. See it? Yep. All right. You guys good? 2 shot. Seems good. All right. I wrote my questions on my phone, so I gotta refer to this. Forgive me. Ready? Ready? Okay.
Can you get your shirt over there? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You need a minute?
Oh man. Oh man.
What's tripping you up?
Just being able to tell. Being able to talk about everything. It's like people don't care to hear the truth. They just click off of feelings and believe whoever screams the loudest rather than whoever has the proof of what happened. I really appreciate y'all coming out and New York and being willing to be here about.
You got it.
And the other people in the world made it out to be something to see happen. Nobody even cared about her. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry's just been built up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh God, I apologize, man. I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Do you need a tissue, Joe?
No, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry.
Sure?
Yeah.
Let me grab you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me just grab you a tissue.
Okay. I put this color stuff on my eyebrows. I didn't smear it anymore, did I?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. My eyebrows get thin because I'm getting old. So.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
I guess that segues perfectly into my first question, which is, you and I have been talking since this happened, basically, communicating over text. Why now? Why the decision to speak now after all this time has passed? Where's your head at?
Well, I think part of it is I finally got the approval of my attorneys to do so. They, the ones working on the defamation cases, they said it's easier to win a defamation case the more people talk. And so they've been collecting a lot of evidence over the past while. And also I think that now that some of the emotion has died down in the world and with people that are led by their feelings, I think now they deserve to hear some logic and some truth and to make their own assessment.
Do you miss her?
Sir.
What have these last months been like for you?
Oh man, wow. Well, I have Jesus, so I'm okay. And I'm relying on him every single day. And the Christians, people who, Jesus is the Lord of their life, they're very, very supportive, extremely supportive. I had no idea the world could be so evil. I'm shocked, absolutely shocked, some of the things that have happened and gone on. I can't even begin to understand what some of these, like for instance, some of the YouTube people and the social media people, Robbie, Stinky Harvey, what we call him, the evil that he would produce and the things that would happen because of his work blows my mind. I mean, children starving in Africa.
I'm going to pause it real quick. I don't know why he feels that way, because they're one and the same. I don't know why he continues to always call him out, because they're one and the same. Since I'm pausing real quick, I apologize because I can't see my phone. Let me see here. I want to say contribution call out. There was I think it's a Venmo. Christy T with a $50. I think it was a Venmo. If it's not, let me know, Christy. If it's not telling me, I just got the notification. For 50, justice for Micah expenses. Thanks for all the coverage and deep dives you have done and are doing. And I want to say contribution call out to Carol S. For the $100 Cash App. Thank you so much for your contributions for those. Trust me, that really does help make a difference when it comes to me and the expenses of me having to be here and travel and all that stuff. It means a lot. Especially with just a muffler alone, I have to replace the whole muffler system, and I think that's like $400 and some bucks if I'm I'm doing it myself. So trust me, it comes in handy because when I'm driving these miles, it's a lot of wear and tear, especially on the vehicle. I'm doing an oil change like once every week and a half to 2 weeks, sometimes 2.5 weeks, depending on how it goes. Yeah, it's there's a lot of maintenance involved when you're doing this stuff. So I really appreciate it. It definitely allows me to be able to continue to do this.
Definitely need you there in the front lines.
I'll continue to do it as long as people want me to, otherwise I'd just be at home, not trying to bring awareness, but at the same time, I know that, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have the availability to be able to just go here and go there and go here and go there because of different times, to different things. And I understand that. And I have the availability and the opportunity in my life to be able to do that at any moment, have the community, their schedule be my schedule. I have the availability to do it. I don't have an inheritance. So it's one of those things where it's like, if I had one, trust me, we'd be all over. But I one thing I always do is any of the contributions, I always make sure that they are the most effective way for the contribution. And that it's a lot of, I sacrifice a lot of things in order to make sure that all that's available. So I really do appreciate it. It really does help. It really does make it available for me to be able to do these things that we're doing. They already cut this part out in the beginning here. Like you heard, like the very couple, I think it was like the first question and then his first answer. And then they cut all this stuff out about Jesus and church and this I don't even remember him saying something, about man, the violence in this world and right here about children starving in Africa and stuff. I don't remember any of that.
Oh no, I don't remember that being mentioned.
No, so they must have quick cut this thing out. 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Here's the link to this video. And listen, TrueCrimeRi can't even get monetized until they hit 1K, and then you have to go through an application process, meet watch time hours, and all sorts of these other things. So if you guys want to go listen to it, trust me, the views on it ain't really going to make that much of a difference to the normal. Because this is sped up. I just want you guys to remind you, it is sped up at 1.25, not only for time, but to respect TrueCrimeRi. It is a 2-hour interview, lots of editing. This is audio of the entire interview. And yeah, they had to have cut out a lot, because really with the commercial and all that stuff and the promotion is probably like a 43 minute, 43 minutes of an interview out of 2 hours and something. They did cut out a lot.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I wonder if News Nation knew about this.
Oh, well. Okay.
Because then wouldn't they have, think about it, if News Nation knew that they recorded it, and if there is some stuff that, was like, well, why did this get edited or something? Why didn't they just make it a 2-parter? I mean, they could have gave you the first hour one night and the second hour the next night and still had their edit. So I wonder if it's just him doing a lot of rambling. And that's why the guy interviewing him said, look, I was just trying to get through the interview.
Well, yeah, you know what? Now that you mention that, it looks like News Nation's camera work, and that might be why she was asking in the beginning, she was asking something about the recording. So I wonder if, because it looks too professional for True Crime Re. So I wonder if they got this from News Nation.
What do you mean?
Well, look at oh, you know what? It's just a picture.
No, it's just, it's just from a phone.
Okay. Oh, it's just a recording. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just an audio recording.
Maybe that is True Crime Re that was with him recording it to put on the channel. Okay, you're right. Yeah, you were just looking at the picture.
Yeah, because that's why I was trying to see if that was Destiny's voice, because I'm still wondering if Destiny is True Crime Re.
Right.
Because I know the Geneva thing, that's way over in Illinois. Okay?
Yeah.
If you would almost, unless you're having like daily conversations and it's long distance, I almost feel like it's just like I feel like True Crime Re is a female that is under his spell or is under his abuse or control.
No, I think they're stupid.
And they're here.
No, I think they're really truly stupid. It's almost as if, because if you listen to what he's talking about, again, he's putting his foot in his mouth, right? If you listen to the whole thing, even what's the name of the guy who was interviewing him, McHugh?
Yeah.
You literally can hear, even just on the audio, him getting frustrated with the questions. Like, he'll ask him a question, and McHugh will ask him a question, and JP lies, and it's an obvious lie, and you'll hear McHugh go, and someone's like, okay, because you just know you're being lied to.
Yeah.
You got to hear it. I heard that, and I heard it so much that I had to shut it. I could only get through so much of it. So yeah, Rick, is his name Rick? Rick McHugh, is that his name?
Yeah, Rick, I think.
Rick, okay, yeah. Rick was absolutely not believing a word this guy was saying.
Rich.
Okay, Rich. So I think they just put out the News Nation just put out the ones that were really relevant to the case, and all the other filler that JP thought was important is what True Crime Re put up.
Yeah, just rambling because you're trying to avoid getting asked more questions.
Yeah.
The more that it's like, the more that I talk, because I know that, I know you're on a time limit, Mr. Interview Guy. So if I just, put on a bunch of filler, it leaves less room for substance.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep rambling. It had to be. And yeah, I wonder if they did know that this got recorded, because I feel if they knew this got recorded, I feel like they would have aired the whole thing with him rambling, because if you think about it, as much as it makes as much as it might make somebody turn away because of the ramble,
Yeah.
at the same time, it also benefits whatever you're trying to show to somebody.
Yeah.
As in, you look at News Nation, and we didn't see a lot of rambling except for just a little bit here and there. But really, what if this 2 hours and 15 minutes and it was an hour and 45 minutes was rambling? That looks really bad. So it makes me wonder
Yeah.
if this was secretly recorded.
Well, no, I almost thought that she said in the beginning that they were recording, or said something about the recording. It's very hard to hear in the beginning.
I thought she said something about his phone. So maybe they knew that his phone was recording it.
Yeah.
And that's why they brought up the phone in the very beginning. I just don't see them not airing it. Why wouldn't they air the? Because it would be, I mean, the views. Look at how many views the News Nation interview alone got just with the one that was edited. I mean, the numbers are through the roof right now.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
could have two videos.
They cut the fat out. I agree with
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. But when you're talking about the fat, right?
Right.
What looks more suspicious? Okay, somebody that you see a edited interview and there's just a little bit of rambling here and there, but he's answering questions even though they're sus answers. What looks worse, that or seeing 2 hours and 15 minutes of somebody where an interview says, okay, hey, what about this question? And he rambles for 20 minutes about something else.
Yeah.
And then the interviewer asks them a question again, and then he asks the question. And then News Nation cuts the fat out, and they cut out the fact that the interview dude had to ask him twice, and they cut out the whole 20 minutes of I'm avoiding the question. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm saying I feel like News Nation would have aired it, because look at how News Nation was reacting after the video came out. They had an expert come on and talk to you about how shady he was being. You had Banfield and the guy that interviewed him having a conversation the next night about how weird the interview was. So I would think that they would want to promote the weirdness, and what's the best way to promote it? Show the edits that you took out, because that's the stuff I think that would be worth more than any of the answers. He's going to lie about being asked this question, but to see him ramble for 20 minutes and not answer the question, and then the guy have to ask him again, and he's like, oh yeah, sorry, I went off on a rant there. That right there is like, bro, you're just trying to, he probably told you he had an hour and a half, and he probably went the 2 hours and 15 minutes because you filled up an hour of a bunch of nothing, and he had to go 2 hours and 15 minutes just to get through the questions that he had for you, which is what the guy said. It took everything I had to get through all the questions.
Yeah.
I bet it is a bunch of rambling.
Yeah, but there might also be a possible liability issue, because
oh, really? Like,
well, if you think about it, if this guy JP is going to try to claim insane or not competent enough to stand trial, and he uses something like this where they let him ramble for 2 hours, that puts a liability on their type of reporting. So, they might have been I could see the producers saying, be selective, let this guy just say anything. We don't want to be the ones, to feed into that narrative, because we know he's a narrative builder.
Oh.
So I
That's
think
a good point.
I could see that. They don't want him to take control either of the interview, which is what he did for 2 hours also. So, but I see a liability issue. I see him trying to build this narrative, just like he did with Micah, allegedly being with this guy March 11th, and that whole phone call was crap. And I did send you the video of when I covered him on the altar it was right after, I think I say it's March 17th, so it's a week or less than a week later, where he says everything that's in his life. He talks about on the altar. So he talks about this pastor whose wife went off with somebody that was working for him and was under his wing, and yada yada yada. And the PI got pictures, and
Oh yeah, I remember watching that. That's right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember watching that in the beginning when we started. I think right around when we first came out here, because we were watching a lot of the different services and stuff when I first came out here. Because I was kind of trying to see how it went inside before I went inside, because I was gonna try and attend the church. I wanted to attend the church.
You're very brave.
It was like 2-3 weeks before I came out here. I was telling people I wanted to go attend the church. I wanted to, because that's how I am. Like, I gotta be, in order for these to be clicking and the tiles and all this stuff, the puzzles to kind of like get put together in my mind, I gotta be there. I gotta be on the location of the spot. I gotta go to a crime scene. I need to go. I wanted to go to Solid Rock, and I wanted to go to some services. I got to be put in that atmosphere, because that's when everything starts to,
Well, you could just see the sermons. The sermons just tell it.
No. I was already watching them. I wanted to actually be in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because it looks a completely different way when it's on video than it does when you're actually there in real life. It's a completely different atmosphere. There's been times where, I thought there's no way that this could happen because this is how far it is, and oh wait, this is how close it is, and then I actually get there. Yeah. Or I go down there and explore, and all of a sudden it's a completely different angle, and it's like,
well, if you go in that building, I might have to do a deliverance prayer over you.
Hey, I ate the peach. I'm good. I ate the peach. That's good.
The peach did it. The peach did it. Okay.
Listen, if something bad would have happened, then hey. But nothing, so we're good. We're good. The peach is good. Yeah. And I was handed 2 of them. It's all documented. and before it even got dark, I was getting gas in another state. So we're good.
Right on. All right.
I have to add that today now too, because before I said by the time somebody would have done it, hey man, I'm getting gas in Tennessee, Kentucky. Now I have to let people know, listen, I was already on the road like an hour and a half after maybe 2 hours after I left the protest. It was still light for another 4 or 5 hours when I was on the road. So I was long gone way before, because I left right after the protest. So.
Now, Kylie had brought up, if you don't mind me bringing up the psychologist, I think it was, or body language analyst. There was some specialist, I think, that was on News Nation, right? And he did a perfect breakdown of this interview, especially the crying jag.
Yeah.
And he could tell JP was controlling the narrative, or trying to at least. And then how he was answering was kind of a build-up to what he thought he wanted people to believe. You got to hear him explain it. I'm not really sure. I'm almost positive it was News Nation. Dr. John. Yes. And that was
Dr. John is Hidden True Crime, right?
Okay. I think
that's Hidden True Crime. Yeah, I wanted to go into the Hidden True Crime one too. We were going to go into that one last night, but there was other stuff that we can get to. Later on.
Wonderful analysis.
We are going to get into that.
Yeah,
we are going to get into that episode here. Maybe by this weekend, if not tomorrow night. Yeah, we watched their episode I think it was about a month and a half ago, because him and his wife, they do the Hidden True Crime podcast. They did a show together on it, and then I think like the week before, she had done a breakdown on the whole Micah Miller case, and we had checked that out. It was good stuff. Really good stuff. Hidden True Crime, but they are heavily associated with News Nation. Yes.
Yeah.
So he might have made a guest spot on there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It was some other guy.
Whatever clip I saw, it looked like, but I could be mistaken.
Right, let me see here. So this is him rambling. This is one part that is cut out.
Yeah.
Not going to get food because of what he's done. Our school here, we started a school for kids who were bullied in public schools, and we would raise money for whatever they needed to get into this school if they were bullied where they're at. And now some of those kids can't return because of the stuff that already done and the defamation that was against. And so I'm shocked. I'm shocked for Michael's family. I knew that there were some. Her and I both knew over the years that there was a lot of unhealthy things, and that's why she's watched it so many times. I had no idea they would do some of the things they've done. It just blows my mind. And so, but every day I spend time with Jesus, and I make sure I stay grounded, and I try to keep forgiving. And for the sake of Micah, she very much would have wanted me to continue to forgive her family, and we did over the years many times. I just try to stay focused on that.
Did you see this coming?
Yes, but it doesn't change at all the power of the pain of reality. I saw it coming for years. I told them for years this would happen over. So when she gets off her medicine, suicide is the next thing. She tried it in the past, but with me, she always remained okay with me. She was on her meds with me. She was healthy and happy. Even if she did get low or stop taking her medicine, I would help her get back on it, and things would be fine without me and with her family. She's off meds, and she committed suicide. And I told them this would happen over and over again. I try my best to stop her from getting a gun. I went to judges. I have copies of all the police. I talked to her counselor, the pastor she was going to, her family, her friends. I told them all, don't let her get a gun. Do whatever it takes to prevent her from getting a gun. And when she was with me, she was never able to go that far. But with them, that's exactly what happened, and it destroyed me. And I still haven't really grasped it. Like it hasn't. I kind of keep putting off the reality of it. And, I try not to think about it as much as I can.
What was going on in your marriage the week Micah died?
We didn't talk that entire week. I emailed her several times that week, and my regular emails or sending her letters telling her that I love her. And she came over to the house. The last time I saw her was.
So this part is the part that did get aired. This is the part that did get aired. So in the very beginning, that got clipped out. This part did get aired. I'm 3 hours away. Have extra. Oh, Laura, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm surprised he hasn't been. Well, this is the thing, Christy. The financial investigations take a really long time because the spider webs get spread out quite a bit. And when you're talking about, even like last night when we were talking about how with the note from the pastor, Solid Rock actually, it's basically a group of investors that were high prominent pastors and probably some silent partners actually controlled the financials of the church. So you're not just talking about JP, you're talking about all of those other people too. And then who knows what else beyond those people that then extends to other people. So the thing is when it comes to these investigations, they take quite a bit of a time because they have to make sure that they connect everything and make sure everybody in the totality gets justice.
Yeah.
So they can't expose one part because then the other part that they're trying to get to all of a sudden closes up, and then so they want to make sure that they have the availability to get everything that they need to. That's just how they go. If you look up on the internet, I'm sure you can see how long is an average financial FBI investigation, and it's probably going to be a couple years, maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more. They take quite a bit. I'm saying, just be patient, you guys. I wouldn't expect, unless something crazy, and it's real easy and quick, I wouldn't expect anything for another year or two.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess
I
it
mean, it's
matters how
just being
long they've been
realistic.
watching or investigating, because we really don't know. See, I really believe that they had been looking at them way before they were even um, contacted by Micah or whomever.
Hmm.
And I think her death
Yeah,
opened the door for them to announce to the public that they were involved.
I think they were looking at it with. So when you look at the stuff Wayne got in trouble for, all right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you look at the transition of Solid Rock's ownership
yeah, yeah.
to JP,
Hmm.
I almost wonder if they were looking from that point. But when I don't think they were looking too hard. But when it comes to what Dad was doing, and then how the whole acquisition of Solid Rock to JP took place, it was kind of like, what? And then all the people, when you're a church that gets a jet donated to you, and you have a financial sheet that looks a certain way, and then you got all this stuff, these big ticket items being
Yeah,
leased or purchased, or that
yeah.
catches red flags
Oh, yeah.
automatically
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you're filing taxes. When you're filing taxes, they're like, wait
Yeah,
a minute, this looks kind of crazy. I wouldn't be surprised. They just maybe didn't have what they needed stuff for Micah in order to.
well, the only reason why I'm
Uh,
saying that is because if you watch Not by Sight News, there's a huge influx of leaders, church leaders, who've gotten in trouble for misappropriation of funds. And so, to me, it almost, because of the way they're going boom, 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 boom down the line with all these pastors, it makes me think there's some sort of sting going on. You know?
oh, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because those same kind of souls run into each other, and then they give each other,
Yes.
oh, this is what I would do if I was you, man. You'd be able to do this. Oh, for real? And everybody, they all just kind of, any kind of clique, they all kind of look out
Right.
for each other so they can all be successful, and they all feed off of each other.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Absolutely.
it's been since the start of time that people have used religion uh, to do all these things from way back in the day. So wouldn't be surprised. Let me see. Yeah, if you need to hop off, no problem.
Yeah. I am trying to finish this song for Micah, and the vocals. It's really just kind of trying to balance the music and the vocals is always a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
And
you
we
need
need.
to have complete audio for that.
Yeah, we need
Are
a better
you are
Pro
you gonna
Tools.
be what are you doing with so you're making a song
Yeah,
for.
so I did say to the Francis family, of course it's in her memory, Micah, and that's where I'm putting the protesters in the front, and then at the end will be Micah singing. It just kind of fades into her singing. And if the Francis family wants to use it for anything, we're just giving them the rights to use. It's our music, that's fine. It's our vocals, I don't care. But if they want to use it for anything that will help with the justice for Micah, we're giving them the rights to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully it works.
I hope so.
It's able to mix. If you need, I know I have other videos. So if you're having any kind of like clarity issues or anything, let me know and I can try and go through something tonight.
You know what I
Let's
could
see.
really use, and you might have a lot more. I was having some difficulty finding really good photos of her for the video, and even videos of her. I don't know why I was having such a hard time finding it. I've been looking at her face for 3
Just go to
months.
her Facebook. Go to her
I
Facebook
did.
page. Yeah.
I did. Yeah. What is it like, honey? A 3-minute song? 2.5 minutes? 3 minutes? 4. Oh, I definitely need more. I definitely need more photos of her. I mean, let me see how many I got. I'll just give you an idea. And it's always good to have more than what you need than less. 1, 2, 3. Now I have the Micah's Law thing, of course. That's going to be at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12.
Well, I can send you some different clips of the protesters if you want, and then you can use.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's, I love that chant that they do, justice for Micah. It's got such a great rhythm, too. And so, and I was, I didn't know if they wanted their names to be put out. So I was just going to call them Micah's Army, in parentheses, the
I
protesters.
think that'd be the best, yeah.
And then,
'Cause-
if you don't mind, I was going to give you the credit for the actual audio. Somebody wrote the lyrics, so she's going to get her credit for writing the lyrics, and then we're just music and vocals.
Yeah, I mean, I can, because that one, for that one, I just said, I let them know, hey, you were going to be making a song, and I wanted to record the chant or whatever, but I have a bunch of videos of all sorts. I have all the different chants. You can't hide from the FBI.
Or Micah Francis, say her name. I love that one too.
Yeah, man, I don't. Let me see how much. It's basically about 2 hours. I'll try and find something after we're done tonight.
Okay.
I might, you know what, you guys, because it's already 10 and this is like 2 hours. I might just do this another night. And then maybe just get to some of this other stuff.
Yeah,
because I would. Well, I would like to find, because I have so much footage, and I would like to get you. I would like to try and find the best videos that I can for you for that.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't want to have to be up till like 4 a.m. either. So, because like if my show's done at midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Now I see. Yeah, I don't want to do the Micah's Blood is on Your Hands because I'd rather it be something that's a good memory, not a bad one. Did we lose him? Something happened. Yeah, Micah Francis, say her name. I like that one. Yeah. Oh, you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I think we lost CJ. Okay, good. Oh, man. A storm just passed here, so I wonder if it's going in that direction. Now, I just wanted to tell you real quick about the song, if you can hear me. It was out of our discography, and we took it. It's probably about 3 years old. And it was originally called, in Latin, Nolite Timere, which means no fear. And I didn't know that Micah came from a Hispanic background until I looked at her death certificate. And if you hear the song, you're going to hear a Hispanic sound to it. So it was purposely chosen for her. It's a very exciting. So, but I don't, I don't agree with, putting this on where we're going to make something out of it for ourselves, on her death. So I'd rather the Francis, and I already told Mr. Francis, it's yours if you want it. I'm still going to put it up on Intellect as soon as so everybody can hear it, but it's his. And if he says to me, give it to me, I want to put it on my own channel and, take it down off Intellect as soon as, I will absolutely do that. So, yeah, it's all his. Welcome back, CJ.
Yeah, sorry about that, you guys.
Are you having a storm?
Well, I mean, it's been storming, and maybe that is it. I don't know. I've just had connection issues all night. And hopefully it's working okay right now. Yeah, I was saying, because it's probably going to take me a while. I want to make sure that I can get you the best, because I have a lot of footage, a lot of clips. I want to make sure that I can take my time and get you the best clips that you might be able to use for it.
Awesome.
Since it is for that,
Right.
And with this being the 2-hour News Nation thing, can always go through it tomorrow night, and we can just kind of go in through some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably, if you start at 7:30, I'm probably gonna need until like 8:30, 8:45 to work on just finishing up these vocals. So if I could jump on a little later, that would be great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll still give you a link, and you can just jump on whenever you're done. It's
awesome.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I'll go through the hidden true crime episode tonight, and we can go through the News Nation one tomorrow, and then some other stuff that I was kind of working on earlier. I should have done for tomorrow night, and then I kind of want to go into some of the stuff that you sent me earlier too. All those screenshots and stuff. I kind of wanted to go through some.
Yeah, I know. I have to really look in. There's some really weird things in there, and some names I didn't. So what it was a background check on JP through binverified.com, and some weird names came out under his address. I could not find anything on Solid Rock. It was totally blocked, and so was that white Honda. Unidentified owner is what it said, and I could not get a owner history on it at all. It said that Micah had passed away in Horry County. Sorry, people keep saying it's no H, which I found weird, and also said that she passed away on April 30th, which I also found weird. So I don't know. I wrote to them and said, "Are you, this just happened 3 months ago. Did you guys screw up in the information, or where did you get this from?" So I haven't gotten an answer from them yet.
Well, even the receipt from the funeral home is odd. The data invoice is the date that she passed away.
Really?
And the date and the invoice has all the jewelry on it that supposedly the family approved. How can the family approve? How'd the family approve the jewelry if they weren't even contacted until later?
What? Oh my God.
And the way that they were contacted from JP was him saying, "See, it's all your fault." So they approved the jewelry. Because in another video, he said that he told the Francis family he was going to go ahead and pay for all the jewelry, but to make sure it was cheap because he was paying for it all. So they had to approve the jewelry. How did they approve the jewelry if the date of the invoice and the due date on the bill was the same day that she passed? And it has everything listed, jewelry and everything.
Can I get a copy of that? I don't think I have that.
Yeah, it's in my files somewhere.
Okay. I'd love to see that. I think they're pretty deep, his connections, 416. But I also think that a lot of them are backing away because they don't want to get caught up in his storm. Yeah. I know. I agree. I agree. He gives me a headache. I mean, I don't even live in the same state, and he makes me nauseous. I can't even listen to his interviews. Yeah, I know. It's very stressful, Mary. It's very, very stressful. I don't know how CJ does it being there. Yeah, and it's important to keep the spotlight because that's when they crack. That's when they crack. Did they say JP was buds with the funeral home owner? I have no idea. I didn't even know about the receipt for the funeral home. I find that very eerie. Maximum singers. I can't even get the vocals straight, and that's one vocal. I'm very excited about it. Chris Burrows, who's that? Oh, I'm not going to stop shining a light on him. No, not until he's off that altar. You think he was friends with the funeral director? I have no idea. The funeral home do it. It's how funeral homes do it. So I can't. Thank you, Andrea, for asking this. So somebody contacted me about Mr. Francis playing guitar, and this song is already finished. But I did ask him if he'd like to do a solo for the next song that we were doing. So I haven't heard from him yet. I'm assuming he's a busy guy, but he's absolutely welcome to do a solo. I don't know who, I forgot who it was that contacted me, but I did say to them, he's absolutely welcome to do it. And he's been following he comments sometimes on my TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, I heard he's a really good guitar player. In this song, it's not the kind of genre you could fit an electric guitar in. So I'd have to, get one where it would fit. But we could do that, easy peasy. We can even build a song around any one of his solos. He could just make a solo and then we would build around it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do. The song, it's making me nuts. The vocals, really. I'm actually thinking of redoing it tomorrow night.
All right.
There he is.
Yeah, you guys. I think I don't know. I don't know what's going on tonight. Obviously, whatever is not wanting to work out properly. So instead of having you guys have to sit here through a whole bunch of technical issues, I'm just going to go ahead and end the show tonight.
Okay.
And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing the sub re-air episode 2 tomorrow. Well, hopefully we'll see.
Awesome.
And then hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I apologize, you guys. But we will do it tomorrow. I hope you all have a peaceful, positive evening. Thank you for hopping up here, and as always, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. God bless everyone.
that. I have a case report with an arrest attached.